Hey everybody. So tonight I've been making some of my coffee cedar soap, and so I'm gonna bring you into it. Let's go. Look forward to letting you know. So let me get my light ready for it and put my recipe. Gosh, can you believe that happened? Oh my gosh! So nothing like being live, right? All right, so let's try this again. Oh my gosh, my I guess my weight's a little too unbalanced there. My apologies here. Nothing like going live here, right? Got it. But if you don't try, you're not doing right. That's life. All right. Hey, once again, my name's Corey. Welcome into our soap making channel. And so, what this is our Bassberry, the world of Bassberry, right? So, if you were here for a while ago for my cooking part, now we're doing our soap making part. So, welcome in. Thank you for being here again. So, tonight we're making our coffee cedar soap. Alright, so I've already finished my scale actions. Let's pull this out and get this ready to go. Alright, so once again, we're making our coffee cedar soap tonight. And so we have all of our organic oils in here. We have our olive oil, our coconut oil, and our olive oil, coconut oil, and castor oil are already in here. And now we're going to add in our cocoa butter. So I don't know if you can see that or not. That cocoa butter is gorgeous, isn't it? Oh, I love a good cocoa butter. And this cocoa butter is all natural. So when I buy my cocoa butter, I buy it I buy it scented, which is well, I guess it's unscented, right? So I buy it where there's the scent, the natural scent is still there. How's that sound? Does that sound better? The natural scent, because it's scented, because it's naturally scented. All right. And now we're going to add our essential oils. Our essential oil, actually one only essential oil in this bad boy. This is actually our coffee. This is our cedar essential oil. You know, so many of our soaps were inspired by other channels, and I have to honestly give a shout out to Muddy Mint. That she inspires me for so many of her products. I bought her book, and she inspired me so much. And she's out of Longmont, Colorado. But the funny thing is about our company, Botanicals.com, it's from Colorado as well, because that's where I met my wife. That's where we had our son. And so Blue Spruce Botanicals is where we're at. So we fell in love with the Blue Spruce Botanical. Okay, now we're adding some cold brew coffee. Look at that. Cold brew coffee going in. And so with Blue Spruce Botanicals, we're going in here. And but yeah, my wife and I, we met in Colorado, and we just fell in love there. And our favorite tree of all time has to be the Blue Spruce. Oh, I see some great visitors. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome in. Yeah, welcome in, Fairy Girl. So the cool thing about our soaps is that we'll make them all natural, and the website's bluesprucebotanicals.com. But what I was saying a while ago, oh, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it, Fairy Girl. What cool thing I was saying a while ago about our soap is that our name came from the blue spruce that we have in Colorado. My wife and I fell in love with it, so we're in awe with it. All right, now, and I was also talking about how you know, we were caught up by other people, and Muddy Mint was one of our biggest people that we helped. So I always have to give a shout out to her. Simi just did a great job, and she's just a great mentor in this. All right, so now I'm adding some fresh coffee grounds. Okay, some fresh coffee grounds to the soap. And what this coffee ground does, it gives a little bit of exfoliation in the shower. All right, now I'm going to blend it up. Look at that. Oh, look at the changing colors already, right? Now, the cool thing is, once we blend this up, we get this going. Look at that. Isn't that just a gorgeous soap? And if you can smell the soap, it's. I was just telling my wife a few moments ago. I was like, this is honestly one of my favorites as far as scent. All right, so I can't find my safety glasses tonight. Oh, I'm so sad. I misplaced them. So what I'm going to do is pour this really slowly here. This is the lye water. This is actually what creates the saponification for the soap. All right, so you have to have lye water to create saponification for the soap. If anybody tells you their soap is not made with lye, then it's not a soap. I was reading somewhere recently that there's a soap, Procter & Gamble, called Dove, and Dove's not really a soap. It's a cleansing bar, but it's not really a soap. All right, so let me get a little closer here so you can see down into it. So what we're looking for here, in case you're wondering, I've gone through and I weighed, I measured every single thing I can measure here, and I've put through. What am I making? I'm making soap right there. Judy, I'm making soap. So what is that? So this is, so what is that? So if you have to have, I'm sorry, it's loud. So you have to have, thank you, fairy girl. So what you have to have lye, the sodium hydroxide creates something called saponification with the oils. It breaks down the oils and it saponifies, and the root word of saponification is soap. So S-O-A-P, and that's where you get the word soap from. But the lye is actually what helps create it. And the cool thing is about lye, the original way they used to make lye back in the day before we had all these big companies and all these massive corporations. And so what people would do when they have their day where they slaughter their animals or something like that, they go through their ashes and they had something called an ash hopper. And they would run water from the streams through this ash hopper. Oh, bye, Jody. And they'd run water through the streams in the ash hopper, and they would actually create lye. And then they would take the fat from their pigs, they would take the fat from their pork, and they would run that through. And when they took that, and then that's what they would actually create their soap out of. The tallow, we say lard here, but if you use beef, it'd be beef tallow. It'd be lard for pork. But that's where the original soap kind of came from, right? When people were trying to get things done. Because lye actually comes from running water through ashes. And they, like I said, they run it through something called an ash hopper. Clean my mess up a little bit here. All right, so tonight I'm making 3 bars. And if you go to my website, oh yeah, thanks, fairy girl. And Jody, sorry you had to go, okay? So we're going to load this in. Look at how the color changed already. And this bar will become a little bit lighter when it finally starts curing. It'll cure for about 3.5 to 4 weeks. And what happens is the oils go away. I mean, sorry, not the oils, but the water goes away and it starts curing. All right, so what I'm doing now, I'm going to start working each bar individually. I'm going to start tapping the air out. All right, start tapping it down. Cool thing about this bar, it has a little bit of exfoliation in it. But if you don't want the exfoliation, but you like, oh gosh, look at that. But if you like the aroma like I do, because I don't always want the exfoliation, but I love the aroma because it's a truly amazing aroma, is that if you like this aroma, you just rub it in your hands, create a little lather for yourself, and then you can go from there. So we make, each one of our batches is about 30 bars. We would truly do, as you can see, we do a small process. We're really small. We're still growing, but we make every one of our bars by hand, and everything here is completely by hand, 100%. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to clean this up a little bit. You know, there's lots of people here that make these beautiful designs on soap, and unfortunately, that's not me. That's not who I am. You'll see, I just make a simple design on my soaps. But if you want a specific design on a soap, I can make it for you. You know, I'll be more than happy to make a specific design. If you're looking for a specific soap, please message me, let me know, and I will be more than happy to work with you. I'll give some wholesale pricing for you, whatever you may need. We'll take care of you because here the customer comes first. Well, actually, no, my family comes first, and then customer comes second. I know that sounds rude, but it's true. Family has to come first, and then customers. Hey, fairy girl. Fairy girl, where are you joining us from tonight? How much is it? Our soaps are $8.99 each on my website, bluesprucebotanicals.com. $8.99 each. We also have a dog soap that we started releasing this last week. We released a dog soap, and that one's $12 because there's more. There's a couple more enhanced ingredients in it because I had to find oils that weren't allergic. The dogs weren't allergic to, and had to go a little bit deeper in that. So, and we all love our fur babies, right? And we have cats here at home, so we actually wash our cats with the same soap. Yeah. So fairy, fairy girl, where are you coming from? Where are you joining us from tonight? And I appreciate you being here. All right, so now I'm going to break it away into 3 separate soaps here. So I'm going to spread it out really nice and neat. I say neat, but I'm being sloppy tonight. Goodness gracious. It'll clean up nicely though, you'll see. So I'm going to make sure that everybody gets their money's worth here. And our bars, they're approximately an inch large, and they last for quite some time. In fact, that's one of our biggest compliments we get is that our bars last for a long time. All right. Oh, little crazy puppy. And the cool thing about the puppy soap, it's actually made with lavender, and so it actually helps calm the puppy down. In fact, we were told that a couple of our customers said after they gave their doggies a bath, their doggies calmed down and went to sleep. I was really impressed with that one. So yeah, for the crazy puppy for sure. Yeah, it is cool, huh? Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. You know, it's super fun. All right, so now I'm gonna get a little tissue, move that one to over. Now we're gonna move them to the next one. So you see me do this a couple of times just to make sure it's all even all the way through as much as possible. Give her a quick tap down, make sure there's no air bubbles. Cup it down. And as you see how the soap turns so dark all the way, right? Yeah. But originally we made this soap because for myself and my family because you know, I was looking through all the ingredients that other soaps have, and my poor skin takes a beating from so many other soaps, right? And so I said I've got to find a better way because I said I've got to find something, and I saw a couple things on the internet. Said, well, maybe I should try this. You know, I should try making my own soap just for me. I didn't want to sell it at first. Like I didn't want to deal with selling the soap, and so I made it for myself and my family at first, and then realized, and then all my friends and family and they told me, "Hey, you have to sell this soap." And I said, "No, I don't really want to sell soap." I said I'm not a soap salesman. I was like, "Come on, what are you talking about?" And they said, no, your soap's really good. I said, okay, so I'll give it a shot. And so we started selling soap. And so, we've been doing this a little less than a year now. A little less than a year. And people say you fall in love with making soap, and I have to agree because it's this is like my personal Zen moment. And you want to know a fun fact? If I'm ever, oh, okay, fair you go, you gotta go. Um, right now, my schedule of streams, I'm going to start streaming every single night. But this is my first time really doing YouTube live. I'm going to start streaming every single night. But just I'm going to be on vacation for a couple weeks. But I do a cooking class as well, and I can cook. I also do cooking as well from this channel as well. Okay, so as long as you subscribe, turn on notifications, you'll see that my cooking channel comes on, and we're going to be in Brazil for a couple weeks. And I'm going to be connecting with some vendors down there, buying some new clays and some new products. And so, but I'm going to be doing some cooking classes down there. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have my soap making equipment, but I'm going to be doing some cooking classes down there. Okay, so watch my cooking classes down there. Okay. Hey, I know you have to go, but I appreciate you being here. You're a rock star. Thank you so much, Fairy Girl. Yeah, that is a fact. Right on. Digging that. All right, so now I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup action here. See ya. Take care. Thanks again for being here. Join my cooking channel one day and one night. You're going to really dig it. All right, we're going to clean this up a little bit. And here in Texas, it has become hot, hot, hot recently, y'all. And it's become really crazy hot. And we went from like 30 degrees a couple weeks ago with hailstorms. And now today we were the hottest place in the entire world. Texas was the hottest place in the world today. I do not know how that happened. It's ridiculous. We hit over 100 degrees today and yesterday as well. Texas is a funny state, man. I'll tell you what. It makes me laugh just thinking about it, right? So I'm going to have to relocate my office, my shop. I'm going to have to put my shop in the air conditioned because my essential oils have to be at a certain temperature, right? You don't want to have essential oils out too hot. It's not good for them. But in case you all weren't here before, we're making the Coffee Cedar Soap tonight. We make this with coffee grounds, where it's a slight exfoliation to the bar. But this is a great everyday soap because you can use it as a lather. You can lather it in your hands, and you can go from there. Or if you really want some nice exfoliation, you can put it directly under your skin from there as well. All right, so that is our Coffee Cedar Soap here. Look at that. Boom chakalaka. Look how pretty that is, right? 3 bars. Same effect, all 3 bars here. And if you go to our website, bluesprucebotanicals.com, I'll drop it into my description below. And then if you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to me directly. We have a YouTube channel now with Basberry because our Basberry, we kind of do everything on here. We cook, we vacation, we do food reviews. We do a little bit of everything because we do it together as a family, and we have fun with everything we do because that's all about life right there. I have a cooking channel that I do twice a month, and if it really picks up, I'll be doing it weekly. But we make soaps, and we go from there as well. All right, so now I take my handy dandy ice chest here, and I take my Coffee Cedar Soap, put it in here because I don't know if you all know, but not coffee, but soap, while you're making it, gets extremely hot. I mean, this batch will turn up to about 100. It'll go from right now at about 95 degrees and it will pick up to about 160 degrees. It'll go to about 106 degrees out of nowhere. Oh, look at that. That's our new dog soap. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That's our dog soap. It's called Gentle Paws. We just started making that one as well. So if you want a good dog soap, that is the soap to get. I can't lie. That's a fantastic soap. All right. Well, thank you very much, you all, for being here. I really appreciate it. I'll talk to you all later. Any questions before I go? All right. Thank you all very much again. Have a great night. Thank you for watching me make soap and just being with me. It's always nice to have someone to talk to. I truly appreciate your time for being here. And this post will be up live after I finish uploading YouTube. I'll turn it to public and it'll be live. Thank you again. Bye-bye, guys.